12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Good morning to you. It's Thursday, February 22nd.
Happy Thursday. Thanks for joining us. Another no jacket morning out there for sure.
Yeah, and it's very humid once again this morning. It feels warmer and more humid to me this morning than it did yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, you look at temperatures, they're up 2, 3, 4 degrees compared to this time yesterday. That's all going to be changing, though, in a big way right around midday, late morning, midday, depending on where you live. We're more on that in a second. 65 right now. The normal high temperature is 69, just to put that in perspective. And of course, that bottom number, dew point, has just been following, neck and neck. So we've got very high relative humidities. The ingredients are in place for some fog. We're not seeing as much fog right now as we saw at this time yesterday. We'll still have to look out for that. And then look at that high temperature today, 85 degrees. But the humidity is going to be dropping down. That's what comes in with that front that's moving on through here with the big changes that are going to be coming about. Another drop in the aquifer. Unfortunately, there is nothing in sight to help out the aquifer over the course of at least the next week and a half. All the allergens, mold, ash, and mulberry are on the low side. So you take a look at temperatures again this morning, and yeah, anything but mid to late February kind of readings around here. We should be in the mid 40s for low temperatures. So on average, 20 degrees basically above the normal low, and a ton of humidity. But like I said, this is all going to be changing. We have a front moving through in the hill country late morning, here in town right around noon, early afternoon, and that drier air, very windy conditions. That's prompting red flag warnings for western parts of the hill country and basically west of 281, a high fire danger with that dry air and, of course, very tender conditions. We haven't had any rain in a long time after a nice wet start to the year. 80 at noon, 85 for a high temperature. And again, it is going to be on the blustery side. It's not going to be as warm the next few days. We're still going to be well above normal. We'll have that drier air to deal with for the next couple of days, so it is going to be comfortable. Then the humidity, although there is a bigger front coming down the road, way down the road. We'll talk about that in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, Mr. Horn is once again driving us to places unknown.
I don't know what that means.
I don't either, so.
Let's go with it. Yeah, the AC may be on this morning in your car because it is warm, as Mike mentioned. But here's the good news. We don't have anything going on our roadways as far as accidents or crashes or anything like that. I-37 and 410 looking nice. Traffic is moving right along. 37 at Alamo Dome looks good, too. And all the TransGuide shots that I'm looking at here shows clear sailing. We do not have any incidents showing up on our boards. And as we look across the city with our map, it is green, good to go everywhere we look. There is a stall up here along I-10, but that's not causing any slowdown, so it's good to go. I do want to mention, though, tomorrow morning, and look, we've had periodic closures here, but this is going to be sort of a bigger one. 9 p.m. tonight until 5 a.m. tomorrow, 1604 westbound will be closed from Vance Jackson to I-10. So if you're an early morning commuter, a very early morning commuter, this could affect you tomorrow morning. You'll have to exit to the access road there and then go underneath the cloverleaf, and then you can be on your way. We just wanted to mention that. If anything pops up traffic-wise, we'll let you know, guys.
New this morning, a woman is in serious condition after she was shot twice at an apartment complex on San Antonio's northwest side late last night. Happened just before 10 p.m. in the 1800 block of Bandera Road near Bloomfield Drive. When officers got there, they found the 18-year-old woman shot, and witnesses told them 3 people were seen running away. Officers looked for the suspects but found no signs of forced entry, no signs of theft, no evidence of drug paraphernalia in the apartment. Police say the woman was taken to the hospital. So far, no arrests have been made.
And now to an Amber Alert. The Harris County Sheriff's Office is searching for Cecilia Alvarado. She is 13 years old, 5'5", 130 pounds, has black hair, brown eyes, and was last seen wearing a gray shirt and black pants. Law enforcement officials believe this child to be in grave or immediate danger. So if you have any information regarding this abduction, you are asked to call the Harris County Sheriff's Office.
After days of review, the Southland Conference is handing down suspensions for players involved in Monday night's brawl following the Incarnate Word Texas A&M Commerce basketball game. 4 UIW players included in that suspension. Elijah Davis will sit out the next 3 games. Gabe Biddy Till, Marcus Glover, and Alex Anderson were suspended for the next 2 games. 4 A&M Commerce players are also suspended. Conference Commissioner Chris Grant says the conference has clear expectations for sportsmanship and behavior and the brawl was a clear violation of both.
And now to the crisis at the border, President Biden is looking at the possibility of taking executive action to tighten asylum restrictions. One step the president is thinking about is to stop migrants from being able to seek asylum if they crossed into the U.S. illegally between ports of entry. The migrants would instead have to prove they had a basis to remain in the U.S. through other avenues, such as a medical emergency. However, the potential changes are far from decided, and it is possible that does not come to pass. The discussion comes after Republicans on Capitol Hill killed a bipartisan border deal in the Senate that was tied to tens of billions in foreign aid.
Moscow's arrest of a Los Angeles woman on charges of high treason has cast a new spotlight on the challenges posed by Russia's refusal to recognize almost all dual citizenships. 33-year-old Ksenia Karelina, a former ballerina who holds both U.S. and Russian citizenship, was arrested January 27th in central Russia and then jailed in early February. She's accused of organizing fundraisers for Ukraine's military. President Biden's verbal attacks against President Putin are now intensifying following that arrest, as well as the arrest of an FBI informant who is accused of making false bribery claims about the Bidens with the help of Russian intelligence. One expert says the Kremlin is waging a, quote, hybrid war against the U.S. well beyond the traditional battlefield. New reaction this morning to Alabama becoming the first state in the country to officially rule that embryos are people.
Now, one of the largest hospitals in the state has dropped IVF fertility treatments. ABC's Perry Russum reports on what this means for patients and doctors and whether they could face criminal charges for having IVF treatments.
Gabby and Spencer Goidel are trying to have a child after 3 miscarriages. Gabby was approved to start her IVF medications in Alabama just days ago.
We started thinking about what we would do if our clinic shut down.
It just injected so much uncertainty and anxiety.
Their uncertainty stemming from an unprecedented decision by the Alabama Supreme Court ruling frozen embryos are the legal equivalent of children, and destroying them could be considered a crime. The Alabama decision is tied to wrongful death cases where frozen embryos were accidentally destroyed at a fertility clinic. The White House saying this type of chaos was expected when the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade.
To say that every single embryo is a child is just factually incorrect, flies in the face of science.
With in vitro fertilization, families can freeze multiple embryos, bettering their chances of having a child.
We know that there are hundreds of thousands of embryos that are discarded through the IVF process, killed and lost. And as pro-lifers, we believe that that's an unethical treatment of human life.
In a statement, a spokesperson for the Medical Association of Alabama writes the ruling will likely lead to fewer babies. This will be a hot-button issue on the campaign trail, and we are still waiting for a decision from the Supreme Court relating to access to the abortion pill nationwide. That ruling should be made in the next few months ahead of the election. Perry Russum, ABC News, Washington.
Back here at home during this Black History Month, local leaders collaborated for a special celebration. The event yesterday benefited the kids and families served by BCFS Health and Human Services. That's a local nonprofit at 410 near Babcock Road. Now, guests heard stories about the history of the community, enjoyed art and food. The goal was to inspire young people as they learn about Black history.
With the event today, it is my hope that some young person who may not have thought that they would have the opportunity to serve in the roles as state representatives or judges or dentists or doctors or poets or artists, that they too can have that dream and they can achieve anything they want with hard work, education, perseverance, and to keep pushing forward.
You can find more stories about Black History Month on our website. Just head over to KSAT.com and look for these stories.
Here is some bullfighting from last night at San Antonio Stock Show Rodeo. First up, we have Cole Pohlmeyer on board Surprised, and this did not end well. The bull, as you're about to see, spins right. Eventually, his head smacks the head of Pohlmeyer, sending that cowboy off and flying. And after landing, he laid motionless on the ground. Now, the rodeo feed cut away from the action while he was attended to. After about a minute or so, the announcer said that Cole started moving his hands. We wish that cowboy the very best. All right, now to the ride of the night. It was turned in by Jordan Hansen. He took the bull Justified all 8 seconds for a score of 84. One of the best rides so far at the stock show and rodeo.
The time now is 5:10 and 64 degrees for now.
We are monitoring a large outage for AT&T customers this morning. According to the Wireless Service Monitor website Down Detector, the outage started just before 3 a.m. Right now, about 26,000 customers are reporting they are affected. We'll keep our eye on this throughout the morning.
Also ahead on GMSA, why the FDA is warning people about using smartwatches and smart rings to measure blood sugar levels.
And our next Know My Neighborhood special is tonight. Up next, what neighbors say unites the people living in the Shearer Hills Ridgeview area.
And let's look out there with live cam. Definitely no jacket this morning and a little more humid maybe than yesterday morning. Prepare for the heat later today as well. We'll be right back.
Welcome back for our next edition of Know My Neighborhood. We are taking you to the north side.
So tonight it's all about the Shearer Hills Ridgeview area. Here's a sneak peek of what you'll see tonight.
This whole area is 50s, 60s.
Our neighborhood's been changing a lot.
It's quiet, it's calm, it's familiar, it's easy.
I like the people.
We have neighbors that we literally can go get a cup of sugar.
Even people that I disagree with on some issues.
These are people who are fleeing situations. They're trying to come here and improve their lives.
That's not what the neighborhood was developed for.
To me, the convenience of living here is a huge thing to me.
It's easy for me to get anywhere I want to get to within San Antonio from here.
You know, 281, there's 410, just, I mean, a hop, skip, and a jump.
I would love to ride my bike to McAllister and get on the Salado Creek Greenway Trail, but getting across 410 is, you know, taking your life into your own hands.
These houses spoke of living a very different way, a much more casual, and a way that was somewhat nostalgic.
This community is going to continue to grow and be there for other people to enjoy and have the life that we had.
And again, that area has a lot of history and quite a few landmarks like the booths from North Star Mall that you saw in the video, the Olmos Basin Golf Course, and of course, the Rollercade.
And that's where KSAT will be live later tonight. You can watch along starting at 6 p.m.
And the time now is 5:16 and 64 degrees for now.
Let's check TransSky. Justin is in for RJ. The cones are out, or flares rather, and some flashing lights in the 10 Vance Jackson area.
Mr. Clean Magic Eraser powers through tough messes. So it makes it look like I spent hours cleaning. And no, I didn't.
It makes my running shoe look like new. It's amazing.
Wow. It makes it look like I don't have kids at all.
It's so good. It makes it look like I have magical powers.
With 80% less scrubbing, Mr. Clean Magic Eraser makes cleaning easy. Also available in sheets.
Feeling Claritin Clear is like
Is she?
Playing with the confidence of a pro and getting all up in that grass as if she doesn't have allergies. Yeah.
Nice.
Back-to-back Super Bowl champions. The Kansas City Chiefs have won the Super Bowl. And you can get your hands on the official trophy collection, including the Super Bowl t-shirt, hat, and celebration towel. Shop now and get free shipping at NFLshop.com.
In today's Tech Bites, a new warning about wearable technology. The FDA says smartwatches and smart rings are not reliable for measuring blood sugar, but the agency says that they can be paired with devices that use needles to measure those levels. The FDA did not name specific brands. Google is sprucing up its sign-in page. The new look is aligned more horizontally to work better with more screens. The page is said to be a more modern look and feel with pretty much the same sign-in steps. The complete rollout is expected to take about 2 weeks. And Apple has added real-time live sports scores to the iPhone lock screens. It's part of a new app called Sports. Users can set up their favorite teams and get instant updates while they're playing. Right now, it only works with basketball, hockey, and soccer. Other sports, though, are on the way. Now, personally, I don't want to be reminded that my teams are losing, but this new feature should still score some interest. Those are your tech bites. Have a great day.
A little easy.
Yeah.
5 out of 10.
Okay.
Okay for Thursday.
We do have some flashing lights, as you see here behind us. This is at I-10 Vance Jackson. I think this is a stall. That's what we can basically see here, because those are Hero trucks that are surrounding what looks like a stalled vehicle there on the shoulder. Nonetheless, it is actually taking up the shoulder and one lane there in westbound I-10 near Vance Jackson. So you'll want to get over a couple lanes if you can, if you're on the far right side there. This is not causing any backups yet. Obviously, we have not a lot of traffic just yet, but be aware of that. That is not inbound. That's outbound out of downtown. That's the one incident we have. I'll put it on the rotator here. We'll look at a couple more shots on TransGuide. And so far, other than that, it looks pretty good. 37 at Alamo Dome, smooth sailing there, and 37 at Southeast Military looks good too. The map shows that one stall we have is right there. Again, it's in the westbound lanes, so it's still all green because it's not causing any slowdowns just yet. If it's there for a while longer, it may, and we'll keep you updated if it does. Mike?
Thank you very much, sir. All right, great picture from yesterday. A little bit on the breezy side, and beautiful evening there. Love that picture. Nice little hot tub. Speaking of breezy, it's going to be really breezy later on this afternoon, especially in portions of the hill country. Starting off right now, just comparing this picture to yesterday at this time, we could barely even see the skyline. So yes, we do have plenty of humidity out there, but it doesn't seem to be as thick, and there's no fog showing up yet. Just be on the lookout for a little bit of fog. Here's what's going to be happening. We've got all this, again, the humidity in place. Dew points have actually gone up, as have temperatures compared to this time yesterday. And throughout the course of the day, then right late morning, through the hill country, early afternoon here in town, that front moves on through here, and these dew points are going to be dropping by a good 40 degrees or more. And then windy conditions out there in portions of the hill country. So that's what's prompting the red flag warning. It goes into effect at 11 o'clock up until 7 o'clock for our extreme western counties here. Now, even if you're not under any sort of a red flag warning, pretty much west of 281, there is a somewhat higher fire danger because, of course, yeah, we had a lot of rain to start off the year, but in the past couple of weeks really haven't had all that much. As far as temperatures, we're going to stay steady the next couple of hours. We've got some fog, or at least the chance for some fog, maybe a little bit of mist around here. So that's being taken into account through the end of the morning commute. Then we'll see some sunshine. Temperatures really going to warm up, already up to 80. Now, this is going to be right around the time when the front starts to work its way through the area. And then by later on this afternoon, all up to 85, 86 degrees around the area, but drier air. So it is going to be somewhat more comfortable. But again, with all that low humidity out there and all that wind, that's what's prompting that higher fire danger. Now, over the next couple of days, then things are going to be a little more pleasant, not as warm, not down to normal temperatures, though. So we'll still be on the warm side, but with this lower humidity, it's going to be comfortable. Humidity shoots right back up to start off next week. And then middle of next week, we get another more substantial front moving on through here. So today, 86, front moves through, and windy and drier air comes on in here. The higher fire danger, of course. Now, tomorrow we get down to 50, so it is going to be definitely cooler in the morning. 74 for a high temperature. Those numbers still are not normal, the average this time of year. 75 on Saturday. So really a very pleasant weekend. The humidity starts to work its way back in here later Sunday. Look at that. Monday, just like Monday and Tuesday, basically just like today, humidity comes back in here starting off in the 60s and 80s. And then that front's going to move through later in the day on Wednesday. So we're looking at some definitely much colder temperatures than by the end of next week.
You guys know what I found in my car yesterday? An ice scraper. And I was like, yeah, I could probably put this away.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say an umbrella, and I was like, not yet.
No.
Through the rest of February, yes.
Yes.
But
wait, are you seeing something down the road? No, don't want to talk about it.
Okay. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Around here, February and March.
Now.
Maybe if you keep it in your car, it won't happen.
There you go. Okay.
And go wash your car, then we'll get some rain, because there's no rain in the
do
forecast.
all those things, Mark.
Trust me, I love reverse psychology.
Yeah.
Right now, 525, 64 degrees.
There's a new exhibition now open here at the museum. Coming up, we're taking you inside all things Mission Astronaut.
This morning, there's a brand new space-themed exhibit now open at the museum.
As meteorologist Mia Montgomery shows us, Mission Astronaut invites visitors to take in the wonders of outer space with various interactive challenges.
There's a new exhibition now open at the museum that has to do with all things space. Let's go check out Mission Astronaut.
This whole exhibition is really about kind of understanding what it is to be an astronaut and the future of space travel. We, of course, wanted to tie into the eclipse, so we've added some additional exhibits that will kind of explain the eclipse, but from the viewpoint of an astronaut.
When kids step into the exhibit, they're going to be faced with interactive, hands-on challenges, all from the mindset of an astronaut. That's going to test things like teamwork, physics, and engineering. What better time to experience this than before the total eclipse on April 8th?
They can learn how it is to exercise in space. They can think about, what's the future? Would we be able to potentially plant in the future? And how could you grow a plant? There's a robotic arm that they could operate and kind of move around some space junk.
For more information about the Mission Astronaut exhibit here at the museum that truly is out of this world, head over to our website, KSAT.com. Mia Montgomery, KSAT 12 News.
529, 64 degrees.
A Texas motorcyclist posts a video of himself speeding down a Colorado highway at speeds over 170 miles per hour. Coming up next, the charges he's facing now that troopers discovered that video on YouTube.
Plus, it's Cancer Prevention Month, and while the number of patients has gone up, the number of deadly cases has actually dropped. We'll look at why ahead on GMSA at 6. Good morning to you. It is Thursday, the 22nd.
That's right. Almost Friday and very humid this morning.
Yeah, and that's all going to be changing in the next roughly 6-7 hours. Late morning, early afternoon, big front moves through here. But until then, well, we're now starting to see a little bit of some fog that's forming up toward the hill country. This picture looks better than what it did at this time yesterday. We couldn't even see the skyline out there from our Brook City base camera down there. 65 degrees, dew point 61. Yeah, both of those numbers have gone up. Normal low temperature is on average 20 degrees below where we are right now. There's a little bit of a wind out of the northwest. Bernie stage 2 miles, 3 miles visibility in Kerrville, so a couple of spots with some fog. Elsewhere, not bad at all. Castroville kind of hinting at it, but again, we got to be on the lookout over the next couple of hours for some of this to form up. Everybody, well, with just one exception over there in Los Maples, is up in the low 60s right now, as are the dew point temperatures, and that's always that kind of threshold number right there, 60, when you definitely start to feel the humidity. Like I said, that's all going to be changing in a big way later on with the front that moves through. Winds are going to be picking up. The very dry air comes in here, so relative humidities are just going to be dropping like a rock, and that's what is prompting red flag warnings to be issued. They go into effect at 11 o'clock up until 7 o'clock for our extreme western counties. And then elsewhere, there's a higher fire danger, of course, with that dry air moving in here, the very low humidity, windy conditions. So just really watch it later on today, especially in the hill country. Mold, ash, mulberry, all on the low side, and throughout the rest of today. Again, the front midday, obviously earlier in the hill country, drier, windy, but hot. So we get that west and northwesterly wind kind of downsloping. That's going to make temperatures just skyrocket up into the mid 80s later on today. Now, tomorrow, it's going to be cooler in the morning, sunny, not as warm, still above normal temperatures, and that's going to be the situation through the weekend. And as we get into Sunday, upper 70s, and the humidity is going to start to return. It's going to be pretty humid to start off next week, back to the 80s, Monday, Tuesday, close to it Wednesday, but another more substantial front is going to be moving through by the middle portion of next week. Big question. And what you don't see anywhere here is the word rain, anything way down the road. We'll take a look ahead in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, what's going on, Justin?
Hey, Mike, we do have an issue on the upper level of I-10. This is westbound, and I want to show you what I'm looking at here on TransGuide. We're looking at the I-10 Brazos camera here, and a couple of things to point out. The exit to Culebra is closed. Now that's construction, but I want you to look further down Interstate 10 here, and you see the flashing lights off in the distance. So folks are sort of navigating that. It looks like whatever it is, it's on the shoulder over there, but it is starting to cause some slowdowns. And so if you're traveling out of downtown on I-10, you may encounter this, and I'll show it to you on the map here where that slowdown is. It's minor at the moment. You see the yellow versus the green right in this area here. But let's see if I can circle it for you right there. But we'll keep an eye on that, because if it does persist, it may continue to cause a few more issues. Meantime, tomorrow morning, if you're going to be traveling along 1604, they're going to be closing down parts of this again. They've been doing that periodically at night, but this one's a rather big one. So it's going to be Vance Jackson all the way to I-10 westbound tomorrow morning, 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. So if you're a very early morning commuter, this could affect you if you're traveling in that direction. You'll have to exit Service Road and then navigate your way around the Cloverleaf there. Guys.
Thank you, Justin. The search for a shooter continues this morning. San Antonio police are looking for the person who took aim at a woman in her apartment late last night. Katrina Weber is live where it all happened, the 1800 block of Bandera Road near Northwest 36th Street. And Katrina, what have you learned about what led to the shooting?
Well, really not a whole lot at all. It seems that police don't even know the answers to that question at this point. All that they've shared with us really is that the woman was shot in what appears to be her home here at the Aspire Apartments late last night. They did have quite a presence here. This is a different scene from what we saw last night, as you'll see in the video. Police got the call a little bit after 9:30. They say they found this woman who appears to be about 18 years old inside an apartment, and she had suffered 2 gunshot wounds. She was shot in the arm and the armpit. They say witnesses told police they did see 3 people running from the home. Presumably one of those was the shooter, but at this point police don't really have a whole lot of description or information on who those shooters might be. Those people were seen running away. They say they didn't even have a description of a car. So at this point the woman was in critical condition. Last update that we had from police, she was taken to a hospital with those gunshot wounds, but police say they were life-threatening. Reporting live on the west side, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Katrina. The Bexar County Medical Examiner is calling the death of an instructional assistant at Brandeis High School here in San Antonio a homicide. However, they say that doesn't mean that Fred Jimenez, or Mr. Fred, was murdered. Meanwhile, the Northside American Federation for Teachers says that his death proves that schools all over Texas need to make changes to protect teachers. Mr. Fred died at a hospital 10 days after he was hurt in a class of students. The Northside Independent School District says it happened while he was attempting to, quote, redirect a student. He fell on the floor and hit his head. The district sent another statement where it blamed the tragedy on state lawmakers. In that statement, it was an outline of changes they want to see made. They are de-escalation training techniques for all staff, adequate staffing in all student support positions, particularly those inside self-contained special education classrooms, access to mental health support for staff, students, and families, safety protocols tailored to the unique needs of each classroom setting. Meanwhile, San Antonio police are also investigating Mr. Fred's death. So far, we don't know whether anyone will be charged.
The city of San Antonio has a new program that it hopes will better connect its officers to the neighborhoods they protect. The goal for the Community Immersion Program, or CIP, is to promote peace, understanding, and cooperation between police and the community. To do that, cadets will meet with local business owners, civic leaders, and nonprofits in areas where they will be assigned.
Respond to a call and see a familiar face. How does that assist you and also the person that might be in distress or in need?
It helps out in a big part because that person already knows you. That person can open up to you because they know you. You can better serve that person because you know their needs.
Pilot program is almost halfway through its 3-year run. After that, several universities will study the program, and the city will decide if it becomes permanent. If you are interested in getting this program in your community, we have the steps you need to take to get things started right now on our website at ksat.com.
Rising food prices are still taking a big bite out of household budgets. Wall Street Journal reports that Americans have not spent this much on food in 30 years. At the same time, many employers are not giving their workers pay raises to compensate. Prices at restaurants and other eateries were up just over 5% last month compared to January 2023. The Labor Department says grocery costs have increased just over 1% during the same period.
A Texas motorcyclist is learning a tough lesson in Colorado. If you're going to speed on a public road, maybe don't post the evidence to YouTube. Well, the video shows the rider reaching speeds of up to 170 miles per hour while driving along a freeway near Colorado Springs. So this shows him weaving in between cars and taking tight turns. Colorado State Patrol says the motorcyclist felt confident enough to post it on YouTube, which led troopers to take quick action. Working with law enforcement agencies, the driver, Rendon Dietzman, was found in North Texas, arrested and then extradited to Colorado Springs. He is now facing various charges, including reckless endangerment and reckless driving.
I wonder how many of our morning viewers are hurting their neck, shaking their heads right now.
Very dangerous.
541, 64 degrees.
After more than 16 years, Charles Hood's run as fire chief for the San Antonio Fire Department came to an abrupt end. Up next, his final message to San Antonio firefighters.
Should be interesting. And outside with live cam on your Thursday morning, one day closer to the weekend. Very spring-like around here. Mike has already shown us some great wildfire pictures as they have started to pop around South Central Texas. 544, he was San Antonio fire chief for 16 and a half years, and his run ended in an instant. Now, since he was forced to retire, Charles Hood is finally talking.
When he left the city manager's office on January 3rd, he wasn't allowed to say goodbye to his staff, his firefighters, or even friends at public safety headquarters.
KSAT Steve Spriester spoke with the former chief, who says for him, this interview is closure.
I didn't get a chance to give my perspective on what was being said or what was done. And to the members or the people of this community, and my firefighters are part of that community also because we're a huge family, but to the residents of this city, thank you, because you've wrapped your arms around me. You've wrapped your arms around my kids, around my family. You've welcomed me into this city. I was the first outside fire chief ever hired. First African-American fire chief ever hired, and you welcomed me into this city like I was one of yours. So for that, I'm humbled.
What's your message to your firefighters?
To be a good fire chief, you gotta love your firefighters. And I love the men and women of this fire department. 16 and a half years, and we have built one of the finest fire departments in the world. So to my troops, I love you. I'm always here for you. I miss each and every one of you. And I know that we will carry on the great work that we do every single day. I have no doubt about that.
Now, Hood was forced to retire after what the city manager called inappropriate and offensive comments. And coming up at our next hour, GMSA regrets and his response to what the city manager said.
And you can watch Steve's entire interview with former Chief Charles Hood in our latest edition of the Spriester Sessions. You can find it on our website, KSAT.com, and all of KSAT's streaming platforms.
Time check now, 547, 64 degrees.
Look out there with the TransGuide, and doesn't appear to be any problems in these camera shots. However, Justin just told us about 2 accidents that are happening in our area. We're going to check in with him in just a minute.
Welcome back. As we look at TransGuide cameras, nothing going on the cameras. Everything's looking good here, 410 and Blanco, 281 in Wilderness Oak. But what I can tell you is that we do have 2 crashes that places where we don't have cameras. Most notably, Wurzbach Parkway and Wetmore, there near the airport. Report of a crash there. There are 4 units on the scene, so I would imagine that is going to cause some slowdowns. It's not showing up on the maps yet as far as any slowdowns go, but we do want to make you aware of that. Plus, we did have a crash come in. Looks like over there on 151 near Westover Hills, that had 1 unit assigned to it. So it looks like it's probably a minor accident, but we'll watch for that too, causing any slowdowns. Otherwise, looks good across the rest of the city. And I mentioned tomorrow morning, there along 1604, if you're an early morning commuter, know that 1604 will be shut down westbound Vance Jackson to I-10. That's just until 5 a.m. But if you're traveling before that point, know that you will be rerouted onto the service road and you'll have to navigate your way around that.
Kind of your part of town.
Yeah.
You're in it.
I'm used to it. I'm just playing for it now. I know it's going to be there, and
Right.
So you'll be prepared.
It'll be another couple of years, but it'll eventually get there.
Next half hour, Justin's actual address.
All right, great picture, and yeah, I mean, just looking at it, you see the reflection of these trees there, but what's really great to note is the caption. There's water in the Guadalupe River.
Woohoo! Wow.
Yeah.
Yay.
That's a nice picture.
I mean, it's still down, but
right.
What a nice change.
Oh, yes, indeed, because there are a lot of places where it was nothing but a basically dry creek bed at times. So thank you very much for the KSAT Connect picture. Unfortunately, there's nothing in the forecast to add to that water in the Guadalupe River. We've got a lot of moisture out there. As you can see, that hazy look, at least we can see the skyline right now. We do have some fog, nothing in the metropolitan area. Heading off to the east, remember Gonzales, you had a bunch of it yesterday, but Bernie is now down to 2 miles 4 at Kerrville, so you're gonna have to watch this batch as it maybe wants to grow just a bit. And of course, as we approach sunrise just after that, a lot of times fog does get even thicker. Mid-60s, low to mid-60s all around the area. Temperatures aren't going to be moving this morning. We make it all the way up to 80 already at noon. That tops even yesterday's high temperature. And then we top off at 86 degrees today, which is a good 15, 16 or more above normal. Now, we have a big front that's going to be moving on through here, and it's going to be late morning, early afternoon, and see what happens by 11 o'clock. Those wind gusts in portions of the hill country, 30 miles per hour there in Rock Springs, 22 out there in Kerrville. Wind will start picking up, and then the drier air also gets pulled on in here. 26 mile per hour wind gust forecast by later on this afternoon, so very, very blustery. Hang on to your hats, and that's going to be the situation in through a good portion of the evening, and it's also going to be on the windy side tomorrow. Now, the windy, dry conditions, of course, the lack of significant rainfall in the past couple of weeks, that's prompting the red flag warnings out there in the western counties, and obviously a high fire danger elsewhere. Dew points will drop down significantly later on throughout the day today. Tomorrow, Saturday, humidity comes back into the picture Sunday. Very humid to start off next week, but then notice how it does drop down on Wednesday because we have another front that's moving on through here. That's going to be the middle portion of the week, late in the day on Wednesday, and that's going to be a more significant front and will really knock temperatures down. But for right now, we've got the little bit of dry air that comes on in here with this northwesterly flow. However, the ridge builds back in, so that's the heat that's going to be coming back on in here, even though we have that front moving through today. And yes, we are going to spike with temperatures with that drier air, make it up to 86 degrees. It will be noticeably cooler tomorrow, still well above normal all the way through the weekend. Humidity comes back in first of the week, and then that next very significant front moves through here, and that'll knock us down. It's going to be back to jacket weather by the end of next week. Whole lot more after this.
Good morning. Coming up on GMA, we are following the new fallout from the decision about frozen embryos from Alabama's Supreme Court. Also, an exclusive first look at the documentary asking the question, where is Wendy Williams? The talk show Queen's family is breaking its silence, and you'll see all of that right here on GMA.
No, My Neighborhood is back and heading to the Northside community of Shearer Hills Ridgeview. What you can expect to see later tonight right here on KSAT. And up next, San Antonio police searching for suspects accused of shooting a woman on the city's northwest side. What we have been able to learn overnight. And checking TransGuide, Justin is on traffic duty this morning. We're looking live now at 1604 on Spurs Ranch Road. We had some flashing lights earlier, but overall things are looking pretty good on this Thursday morning.